Welcome to another episode of the NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week. We had such a blast last time that we decided to do it again. And today, we have a special treat with two of the best players in the world facing off under the lights in our animated Hockeyverse. The Edmonton Oilers, led by three-time Hart Trophy winner Connor McDavid, take on the Toronto Maple Leafs and Austin Matthews, another former league MVP. It doesn't get much better than this. Two of the greatest players, two of the best teams, all matching up in our magical Hockeyverse. Hello everyone, I'm Thomas Gamba.
And I'm Mike Seville. It's great to be back in this awesome animated environment. The scene is so cool.
And so are the players. Obviously Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews are the headliners, but what else are you excited about, Mike?
Well, I can't wait to watch Toronto's Mitch Marner. Not only is he a three-time NHL All-Star, but I love that one of Marner's pre-matchup routines is turning his chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream into a delicious cold soup. What about you, Thomas?
Hard to top that yummy routine, but I can't wait to see Zach Hyman. Before coming to Edmonton, he played 6 seasons with Toronto, so he's going to be extra fired up for this one.
And in his spare time, somehow, he's already authored 3 children's books.
Wow, that's crazy. It's time to let the stars shine in the Hockeyverse. A Canadian battle between two of the top teams in each conference, and Edmonton takes the opening draw. Brett Kulak with possession.
Kulak knows a thing or two about Canadian hockey teams. This is his 3rd Canadian hockey team he's been a part of.
Puck gets back to Joseph Woll, who is a talented piano player. Maybe that helps him in the net.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to have those quick hands.
Oilers trying to advance the puck. It's taken away and back to Jake McCabe. Oilers will go for a line change. Nylander. They call him Willie Styles. He winds his way into the zone. Nurse trying to clear, and here comes Nugent Hopkins for the Oilers. Leon Draisaitl, the German, the other way. One-timer and a save by Woll. He'll freeze the puck. 14:33 to go in the first frame. Still no score.
No score, you're right. But look, these two teams have a lot of offensive firepower, including 4 former Hart Trophy winners, 3 on Edmonton.
And Corey Perry, one of those Hart Trophy winners, when he won it in 2010, 2011, Austin Matthews, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl were all teenagers.
He made his debut in 2006, and we weren't even born yet.
Puck pinned against the wall. They get it to the left point. Stetcher with a shot. It's knocked in front by Brown. Timmins corrals the rebound. It's Domi up ahead. McMahon goes in deep. Stetcher shields it off to Emberson. Oilers the other way. Stretch pass up ahead. Knocked and taken by Nylander. He'll drive down the left side with a backhand and a save by Skinner. Kapanen behind the net. They'll rip it around the boards. Tavares with the seal to the slot. Nylander scores! Willie Styles starts in style for the Maple Leafs as Toronto takes a 1-0 lead.
Let's take another look at this goal here. Looks like John Tavares fighting for the puck. Finds Nylander on the inside, and beautiful screen by Pacioretty getting in front of Skinner on that goal. Setting a nice screen, getting in the way of his vision. Beautiful slot pass. Nice goal there by Nylander.
And a little confetti to start it off for Toronto. They've got a 1-0 lead and a little celebration here in the Hockeyverse. Toronto with a power play as they look to double their lead here in the Hockeyverse. 11:45 to go in the first period. A quick shot by Matthews goes wide. And the Maple Leafs will save it in. It's Nylander. Left wing up top. Marner to Tavares. And now it's Willie Styles. He had that goal to start this one, and he's on the power play unit here.
Expect the Toronto Maple Leafs to have really good puck movement, especially with all the scores on their team. Moving the puck and finding an open shot, good opportunity to get a goal.
Mitch Marner looking to start a rush. He'll bank it for Nylander on the trailer, and here he comes. Across the blue line, it's Nyes. Into the slot, Matthews. Curls it up top, Marner. Back to Matthews. Matthews curling at the right wing. Back for Marner. To the slot, Tavares. Backtracks at Marner. Plays catch with Matthews. Right wing with a shot. Save. Rebound. Nyes. He scores! Matthew Nyes with a beautiful backhand as Toronto leads it 2-0 in the Hockeyverse.
The two Matthews working together to get the goal for the Maple Leafs. Here we see Matthew Nyes cleaning it up after the Matthews missed shot.
And that's got to be our stick trick spotlight.
Let's look at it again. Here we have the wide open shot for Matthews. Great save, but fighting for the loose puck is Nyes. Through the contact, gets it to go on the backhand.
And Matthew Nyes, a young player for this Maple Leaf squad, playing with all the stars like Matthews, and he puts it in for the goal. Moving ahead in the first period, another Toronto power play. They already lead 2-0, and with 8:30 to go, they look to extend that lead. Stretch pass by Stecher. It's Nugent Hopkins short-handed, and a pad save by Woll.
Maple Leafs catching a break that time.
Tavares the other way. Lost it near the red line, but Nylander will pick it up. Nylander straight up the gut. Circles it to the right wing. Matthews. 8:10 to go in the first period. Back up top. One-timer. Nylander fans on it. Stecher looking to shield it away from Nyes. They get it behind the net. Matthews. Back up top. Marner. Circles it. Nylander missed another one-timer, but they'll keep control of the puck.
Good movement here for Toronto.
Puck pinned against the boards again. Nugent Hopkins will pick it up for Edmonton, the former first overall pick for the Oilers. He spent all 14 seasons of his career with them. Domi up top. Marner feeds it right wing. Ekman-Larsson. 50 seconds on the power play. Pacioretty was looking for the shot in front, but a save by Skinner. Up top, Riley to the left wing. Domi against the double team. Backtracks it. Riley at the point with a shot. Save. Rebound. McMahon. He scores! Bobby is the McMahon for the Maple Leafs as Toronto extends the lead to 3.
Whoa, let's take another look at that goal. We have the nice save by Skinner and McMahon cleaning it up just like your dog cleans up the food on the dinner table.
Nothing like that. Good pressure in front by Pacioretty with the screen, and then you mentioned it, McMahon cleaning up the dish with the easy goal in front.
Don't forget to mention Domi with the nice shot. He actually grew up as a Maple Leafs fan.
Picking it up with under a minute to go in the first period, and guess what? Another Maple Leafs power play. They're already up 3-0, Mike, and they have played some eventful hockey so far.
Yeah, the Oilers really can't catch a break here. You're down 3-0 in the Hockeyverse, and the first period isn't even over yet.
Remember, don't count out the Oilers and Connor McDavid. Anything can happen in this magical Hockeyverse. 30 seconds to go in the first period. McCabe near the blue line will back it out to Tanev. And Toronto will reset with 30 seconds to go. Up ahead, it's Marner. Circling it behind the net. Darnell Nurse in pursuit. 12 seconds. Draisaitl back near the net. Skinner, Nylander in front, couldn't get a shot. Rebound behind the net. 4 seconds, and that will do it for period number 1. What a start for the Maple Leafs. 3 different goal scorers, and they lead it 3-0 in the Hockeyverse. What an eventful first period, but don't count out Connor McDavid and the Edmonton Oilers. Before we go to commercial, it's time to put on those thinking caps as we challenge you with our Brain Freeze question of the day.
So today we have 2 Canadian teams on the ice in our Hockeyverse. But how many total NHL teams are located in Canada? Think about it a bit. We'll have the answer later on in the show.
Up next, it's the second period and another adorable episode of Puck Pals. Welcome back to the NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week. Before we drop the puck for the second period, let's take a look at our favorite segment, Puck Pals. Recently, the Oilers had their skills competition. But the biggest stars of the event were not the players, but their pups in the rough relay.
Troy Stetcher's dog, Phoebe, a beautiful Bernese Mountain Dog, was the champion. But Ty Emberson's dog, Bruce, might have been the biggest star.
It's a nice doggy. Hi, Bruce.
The American Pit Bull finished in 3rd place, but his playful personality absolutely stole the show.
Bruce even wore a canine cam for all the festivities.
Good job. Good job.
To the second period we go. It's the Maple Leafs with a 3-0 lead. The Oilers looking to crawl back in this one. And Mike, after that Puck Pals segment, those dogs seemed like they were going fast, but not Connor McDavid fast.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that Connor McDavid has had a couple speed bursts, including over 20 miles per hour.
While we have a stop in the action, let's travel around the league with our Hockeyverse happenings. On our last show, we highlighted JT Miller of the Vancouver Canucks. This week, we are highlighting JT Miller of the New York Rangers. That's right, trades happen even in the Hockeyverse.
Miller scored 2 goals in his first matchup back with his new and old team. Originally drafted by the Rangers in 2011, the return to New York was quite a moment for JT Miller.
Up next, it's the Great Chase. Alex Ovechkin is getting closer and closer to catching the Great One. The NHL's GOAT, Wayne Gretzky, scored 894 goals in his amazing career. But Ovi has his sights on becoming the all-time goal king.
And the Capitals legend has been on fire. Recently, Ovi found the net in 4 consecutive games. Don't blink now, because Ovechkin is well on his way to breaking one of the greatest records in sports.
Wrapping up our hat trick of historic happenings is Minnesota Wild goalie Marc-Andre Fleury. Playing in Montreal for maybe his last time in his illustrious career, Fleury shut out the Canadiens 4-0.
In the process, the expected future Hall of Famer became the first goalie to record a shutout as a teenager and at 40 years or older.
Great to see the Canadiens team and fans showing their appreciation to the goaltending legend who grew up about 50 miles from Montreal. Back to action in the middle of the second period. The Oilers looking to get something on the board here.
Yeah, really, if you're Edmonton, you'll take anything at this point.
Here comes William Nylander. He had one of those 3 goals in that first period.
Yeah, and he's the 5th Swedish player in NHL history to record at least 5 30-goal seasons. That goal he had earlier was his 30th of the year.
He's also leading the Leafs in goals this year. He has been a factor. Puck goes behind the net. Nurse controls. Picked by Tavares to the slot. Nylander looking for another, but Skinner with the stop. Rebound available. Emberson trying to kick it away, and he will to Nurse. Tavares keeps the live up top for Benoit. Dump off Nylander to the left wing. It's Tavares. 9:15 to go in the second period, and a steal the other way. Stretch pass. In front, Skinner circles the net, wraparound knocked away. Timmins with the defense, rebound, Skinner, oh, what a stop by Wool.
What an incredible save by Wool that time. Plenty of chances for the Oilers to score.
Score still 3-0, Kapanen into the slot. Lost it right to Bouchard, he can't keep it in the zone, but he'll backtrack it to Kapanen. Kapanen walks it across the blue line, dumps it off. Bouchard winds it wide. 8:40 to go in the second period. Arvidsson up top for Bouchard. Tap pass, Kulak. Over to Bouchard, slap shot, he scores! It's a Bouchard bomb for the right wing, and the Oilers are on the board in the Hockeyverse.
Bouchard bringing the boom on this shot. He had a missed shot earlier, gets another chance, and look at that. 91.67 miles per hour off the stick.
That's gotta be our Hockeyverse hacker.
Bouchard has over 50 90-plus mile per hour shots, which is the most in the NHL.
And he shows it there with that monster of a shot. He's the second fastest defenseman in Edmonton history to score 50 goals. And he gets one there to put Edmonton on the board for our Hockeyverse Hacker. Final moments of the second period, and Mike, Edmonton, after that Bouchard goal, seems like they just gained a little bit of juice and momentum in this game.
Yeah, that's what this team really needs. They certainly have the capability to score goals, guys like McDavid, Perry, so taking this momentum into the third period is exactly what you need.
Maybe they can even get a goal here in the last 10 seconds. They give it to McDavid up top. Bouchard with space, saved by Wall. 5 seconds to go. Bouchard and McDavid at the point. Back to Bouchard, shot is blocked, and that will do it for period number 2. So the Oilers get on the board, but the Maple Leafs still lead 3-1 as they look to close it out in the final frame. Coming up after the break, we will have the answer to our brain freeze question of the day.
Just a reminder, earlier we asked how many NHL teams are located in Canada.
The answer, along with the third period, is next on the NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week. Welcome back to the NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week. Maybe it's time for some hot chocolate, or maybe it's time for the answer to our brain freeze question of the day.
Earlier we asked how many NHL teams are located in Canada. Well, if you answered 7, then you were correct. And if you named Edmonton and Toronto, the 2 teams in today's matchup, along with Calgary, Montreal, Ottawa, Vancouver, and Winnipeg, then you are a true puckhead.
Okay, let's get back to the action. Time for the third. Here we go, the final frame from the Hockeyverse. Maple Leafs lead it 3-1. Edmonton looking for a crazy comeback. Let's see what happens. Edmonton will win the opening faceoff, and the puck all the way down to Joseph Woll. Tanev will rim it around the boards 10 seconds in. Maple Leafs looking for a push. Nyes in for Matthews, dump off Marner, slashes in, Marner, he scores! Mitch Magic from Marner as the Maple Leafs take a 4-1 lead.
Mitch Marner looking like his favorite superhero, Thor, dropping the hammer, cutting through the defense, exploding the net for the goal.
And you talk about a dirty dangle, that's it right there. The nifty moves, getting around 2 defenders, and the beautiful backhand to put it behind Skinner.
That's his 70th point of the season in only his 52nd game, which ties him with Matthews as the fastest Maple Leaf skater to reach the mark.
So it's 4-1 Toronto. Crazy how they bounced back so far at the start of that third period. Looking to add on here.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs, though, they are up 3 goals, which should be a safe cushion, you would think.
You never know with the Oilers, their star power. We've mentioned it. Here's a guy that can make some noise. Nugent Hopkins up for Hyman, left wing. Hyman drives the slot, and he scores! Hyman in the Hockeyverse brings the Oilers within 2 as the lead 4-2 for the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, the former Maple Leaf player, he played his first 6 years with the Maple Leafs and now the last 4 with Edmonton, getting a little revenge against his former teammates with the beautiful goal against Woll.
We mentioned he was going to be fired up for this one, and a great shot over the pad of Woll for the goal.
Beautiful feed right through the slot.
Middle of the third period with the Maple Leafs leading 4-2 right after the Oilers got that Zach Hyman goal. It's given them a lot of momentum as we look at the puck POV here from the Hockeyverse. Pacioretty up the wall, banks it all the way down near Skinner's net. And it'll be Klingberg to get it to Nurse.
Nurse has family in almost every pro sport. His sister Kia played basketball at UConn, is now in the WNBA with the Chicago Sky. His uncle Donovan McNabb was a star NFL quarterback for the Eagles, and his cousin Sarah is in the PWHL playing for the Toronto Scepters.
A lot of talent there. Maybe it rubbed off on him, and maybe that's why he's in the NHL. Lorentz up the boards, flips it to Holmberg across the red line. Approaching the 9-minute mark in this third period. Holmberg curling against Bouchard. Puck knocked around to Camp. Nugent Hopkins trying to get it. 9 minutes to go in the third period. Nugent Hopkins behind the net. Reverses it for Evan Bouchard, and the Oilers looking for something here to get within a goal. Draisaitl feeds McDavid, cutting towards the net. Curls near the left wing, in front, and the shot was wide. Draisaitl in the corner. 8:38 to go in the period. Kulak left wing, fans on the shot. Perry back up top for Kulak. Plays catch with Perry. Here Curl at the left point. Fire, and he scores! It's a powerful shot from Perry, and the Oilers are within one in the Hockeyverse.
Beautiful goal by Perry, his 17th season with at least 10 goals.
And the former Hart Trophy winner, showing why he won it back in 2010, 2011. 61 miles per hour on the shot. Not the hardest shot, but still a great goal.
He shot that from almost at the blue line.
Incredible. Goes right over Woll, and the Oilers are within one. Time ticking down in this third period. As we approach the 2-minute mark in the final frame, Oilers looking for that final goal. Here's McDavid, and a save by Woll.
If the Oilers don't tie it up here in the next minute or so, expect them to pull their goalie so they get an extra player on the ice.
We'll see what they do. They have to control the puck first. Long pass up ahead, taken by Edmonton, and they have pulled Stuart Skinner. So 6-on-5 for Edmonton. It's Bouchard behind the net. We'll start the rush with Connor McDavid. Up for Draisaitl. Left wing, double team. Over to Nugent Hopkins. Can they keep it in? Yes, they can. Perry, left point. Down in deep for McDavid. Double team, Nylander, the steal and the clear. Tavares across the red line, makes one man miss and shovels it to Pacioretty. Wide open net, he missed it. Perry has it for Edmonton as they get a break. Draisaitl to the slot. Bouchard fired it wide. 1 minute to go. Draisaitl left corner. 55 seconds. Toronto can't get it out. Left point, Nugent Hopkins to the left wing and up top. Bouchard looking for space. Back to McDavid, left wing. Up top, Bouchard.
Toronto's been playing really good defense so far.
40 seconds, another chance goes wide. Right to McDavid, 35 seconds. Bouchard fires, save by Woll, and he will clear it up as we go to the faceoff dot. 32 seconds to go in the third. Who should Edmonton give the puck to if they want to score?
No better player than your captain, Connor McDavid. Look for him to try and maybe get on the board here in the Hockeyverse.
28 seconds, Draisaitl to the point. Bouchard, left point, McDavid. Back up top, Bouchard. Right wing, it's Draisaitl. 20 seconds. Draisaitl save. Rebound, McDavid tapped wide. 15 seconds. Nugent Hopkins trying to grab it. Matthews on defense. 11 seconds. Draisaitl up top. Bouchard fired it high. 6 seconds. Marner has it in front. Draisaitl circles. Bouchard rebound. Perry. Oh, what a save by Woll! And that will do it. The Maple Leafs win it. What a play by Woll!
The Maple Leafs hold on by the skin of their teeth for the win in the Hockeyverse.
Great kick save by Woll, and that's our goalie guru save of the day.
Lot of bodies out there in front looking for the rebound, and won't get it is Perry.
Woll with the denial to save it for the Maple Leafs. The comeback not enough for the Oilers, and what a win for Toronto. So the Maple Leafs get to celebrate after the 4-3 win in the Hockeyverse. That was an awesome matchup. So much scoring, and the Oilers almost pulled off an amazing Hockeyverse comeback.
Yeah, that finish was crazy, and the Stars were incredible all matchup long.
Well, speaking of Stars, it's now time to award our Hockeyverse hero. A lot of great candidates for this one.
Difficult choice for sure, but we're going with Toronto's Mitch Marner. He had an assist in the first period, and the sick third period goal put the Leafs up 4-1, and that was the difference maker.
I guess his pre-matchup routine of turning ice cream into delicious cold soup really worked for Mitch.
Where can I get one of those?
I don't know, but talking about it is making me hungry right now. Well, thank you for watching another episode of the NHL Hockeyverse Matchup of the Week.
We had so much fun. Can't wait to come back to our Hockeyverse.
Absolutely. Hope you enjoyed the show as well, and we can't wait to see you next time.